Welcome back to my channel, Eat Your Moon, and I just thought it'd be nice to gather some inspiration from your guides, from your higher self. Yeah, just what it is that you can look forward to right now. So let's choose 3 piles. So go ahead and take a look. Look at the bottom, Jasmine, success will be found if you hold on to hope. What a great overall message for the reading. So here are the 3 piles. Go ahead and take a look at what is calling to you. And then check the time codes below, and then you can jump right to your reading. Welcome to your reading, pile 1. Immediately I'm seeing a volcano, so I feel like this is about change. This is about, new ground. So let's see. Let's keep that here. Okay. So these are Kuan Yin cards. The overall message: listen with care, speak with kindness. Okay, so I was seeing a volcano, so just wondering if there's any kind of situation that may be frustrating, maybe difficult. But let's see what the message is for the reading. Sweeping Sister Willow. Dance of the Butterfly Queen. And Veil of Shadows. Okay, so this is about release. You know, let's see. I feel like there's light here, like there's some great things that are happening, great things that are going on, but there might be a bit of an undertone of, you know, maybe past stories coming up, past habits, things that no longer serve. And it's like, you know, like the bar on video games where it's like the game is loading. It's like it's loading, but there's still like this aspect that we can let go of so we can step into the new. So let's see. These cards are super intricate. So let's see. Healing. Okay, sweeping Sister Willow gently brings you healing for forgiveness and release of old pain now. Exactly. So I can see that your vibration is rising. A lot of things are moving in the right direction. There's just a bit of an opportunity for release. Your time for greater inner freedom is dawning, and the cleansing sadness and healing of forgiveness is the pathway to that greater freedom now. You deserve this freedom. You are swiftly becoming ready to gift it to yourself with the help of Kuan Yin. So this reading has to do with like the end of an old cycle and a new beginning where, you know, certain things may have been necessary in the past, but now it's like it's okay to let go of different patterns and habits that may feel familiar, but no longer be for your highest, greatest good. They may no longer be necessary. So, Dance of the Butterfly Queen. A pure heart and sincere love attracts divine grace. With the grace of Kuan Yin, Butterfly Queen, from that which was impossible becomes possible. From caterpillar to winged creature of delight, you cannot restrain what divine grace ordains, no matter how incredible it may seem. Whatever has been troubling you or whatever has been inspiring you, allow grace to infuse the situation or dream so that it may unfold with divine perfection. Allow the butterfly queen to dance. She will bring healing and grace to your life situation now, beloved one, with lightness of step and grace in her heart. So things are working out well for you. There's an opportunity for you to just allow more divine help and more divine light to support you. And so you may be feeling a bit emotional because, again, before the reading started, there was that volcano. But what I love about volcanoes is that when they break out, there's like this fire, this explosion, but then it's funny because I'm seeing here this magma. I cut this out of a magazine, this magma. You know, it creates new ground. The volcano creates new ground. So if you're feeling anger or upset or frustration, to those of you where this applies as the, as a part of the general reading, then just know anger is information. It's information. And it lets us know where we feel like maybe our boundaries have been disrespected, or where we feel like we're ready for something else. There's something better that really deserves to come to us now. It's information that's often letting us know there's something about this situation that I feel could be better, is not for my highest, greatest good, or is not respecting who I am. And it gives us the opportunity to communicate that. And with the veil of shadows, it's kind of a similar message of, darkness, the explosion. This can create new things. Where we have to be careful with anger is that we don't let it become hate, aggression, or bitterness, because then it becomes poisonous. But anger in itself, if we listen to it and talk to it, we can release it and let it go. We can inform ourselves what's going on within me. Why am I feeling this way? What is it that is upsetting me? And then we can let it go. But I feel like for part of the collective, the message is that the landscape around you is changing. So what may have been familiar to you, it's changing, and it's becoming more nutritious. It's going to be a stronger container to hold the seeds that it is that you are planting. So with the snapdragon, listen with care, speak with kindness. It's like if you listen in and you're paying attention and you're feeling your surroundings, then you can really allow the message that wants to come to you to flow through. So the Tao. This is the fourth card we pulled that we just set aside. And the Tao is like a way of living with a lightness of energy, with kind of a let it flow kind of attitude or approach to life. The Tao is always flowing, always nourishing life into creation, always presenting steps and solution, and always reminding us that we are perfection in this moment. You are being guided to relax and allow life to flow. Exactly. So there's an element of trust coming in, like trust things are working out for you. And when we talk about flow, when we talk about surrender, it's not always about doing nothing. It's more about living your life and living your life with trust that everything's coming together just in the way that it needs to be. Seahorse, love. So for some of you, the change that is coming is going to be in the space of love, whether it be family or even romantic. Let's see where the transformation is coming in. Oh, okay. Grounded and Dreamweaver. Okay, so the butterfly is a symbol of metamorphosis, a symbol of change and transformation. So with the goat here with grounded and the spider with Dreamweaver, it's going to be important for you to really ground yourself. So, you maybe want to walk outside barefooted, or, if it's warm enough where you are, or, feet in the sand, visualizing even roots flowing from your waist down your legs into the earth, eating foods that help to ground you, roots like potatoes or, I don't know what they're called in English, pastinac, different foods that are roots. Or that are grown in the ground like carrots, to help you ground your energy. Because when we ground our energy, it really allows manifestations to occur. And as you ground your energy, and I almost said drown, so some of you may even may do a combination of earth and water. But with the spider and the dream weaver, it's like you're creating your reality right now. Like you're weaving your reality at the moment, with this metamorphosis. And so what you want to do is, with the whale here especially, is pay attention to your communication. Listen with care, speak with kindness. So pay attention to the words that you're using. You know, I knew someone, she would always crack the joke, F my life, F, CK my life. And I always thought I would never say that. I would never call that into being, not even as a joke. So just pay attention that the words that you're speaking are actually weaving the dream that you want to live. It's calling that into life. And that's how you can really co-create with the universe, is pay attention to your communication. Start using the words, using the language that, is really going to start to create the reality that you want to create, because you're a part of this process. Pleasure with the veil of shadows. Okay, so we've got love and pleasure here. So let's get a clarifier for the pleasure. But I feel like for those of you where this is a romantic reading, there's an opportunity here to come more into an energy of romance. Like as you ground yourself and weave that dream, like, don't be afraid to dream big. Don't be afraid to, see you and your partner hand in hand, you guys spoiling each other, taking care of each other. Authenticity and perception. Okay. And at the bottom, eagle with strength. So the parrotfish, if I'm not mistaken, it can sometimes put on, like, it can cover itself to mask itself. So it's going to be important for you to be aware of when you're masking yourself and when you're genuinely being yourself, Like, am I doing this to feel comfortable and feel accepted, or am I really being true to myself? What is my genuine perception of self? And is it one that really allows me to enjoy being who I truly am? Or am I changing myself or masking myself to feel more comfortable? That might be a space that it could be necessary for you to go in. Let's see what's happening with the Tao. Purity. That's so beautiful. So basically your reading is saying you're beautiful just as you are. And if you've been feeling any kind of, just upset or disappointment, or maybe even anger at the fact that certain things aren't moving along, or in the way that you've been treated in the past, just know change is happening and different pieces are coming together now. There's a new landscape, and this new landscape that's coming, is going to be more nutritious ground for the seeds that you're planting. So in the space where you thought certain things might not have been possible, they are possible. I mean, look at the seahorse, where the male actually carries the child. So to me, there's a message of also miracles here. Like, don't think that something isn't possible. It is possible. And just make sure that the words you're speaking are calling that pleasure into life and allowing you to really be your true self and to see yourself in a more honest and true light. So that is your reading pile number 1. Yeah, thank you for being here with me. And, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe. And if you would like a birth chart reading, you can check the link below. But just know things are moving into place for you. And it may seem bleak, but don't let that fool you. Stay grounded. Keep your words and your thoughts in the space of what it is you want to create. But also be aware of not repressing your emotions and pushing them down. Allow yourself to feel, to receive the information that the emotions are trying to communicate, and then to release and to move forward. You're doing a fantastic job. Much love. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Now, immediately I'm seeing a V, and I feel like that V is for victory. But let's take a look at your cards. You have 2 here for the flower petal cards, but let's also pull some Kuan Yin cards. So I'm seeing V for victory, like in bold. Just going to mix these well. Show appreciation and joy shall follow. So show appreciation and joy shall follow. Believe and trust in happiness. Yeah, this is what I was seeing was V for victory. So I feel like for you, it's going to be important for you to come into an energy of gratitude and to believe and trust in happiness. What I was also feeling like maybe there are some intrusive thoughts. There are thoughts of things not being possible, and you just want to be aware of that. And, you know, when we're on this path of manifestation, sometimes it's important to balance, you know, action with being. And so one of the questions is your energy in a space where you're taking action on the things that you actually want to create, while at the same time allowing yourself to be in a space of rest and reception so that you can receive the ideas and the input that's going to help you bring in what it is that you want to bring in. So let's see, Mother Fierce, you are protected. You are well cared for. Daughter of the Phoenix. So there's like a great transformation happening. And Mother of Mercy. Okay. Let's come back to Mother of Mercy. Let's start with Mother Fierce and Daughter of the Phoenix. At the bottom of the deck is Veil of Shadows. This came out in pile number 1. So this is about sometimes how the shadows and the darkness can really hold a lot of nourishment for us. That sometimes we have to go deep within, and as we do that kind of dark night of the soul, we're able to plant incredible seeds. So this is a card about safety. It's a card about, you know, knowing that you are protected. So I feel like it's not just about you being protected or your loved ones, but your dream is protected. Believe and trust in happiness. And with Mother Fierce here, I feel like there's just a message for you to know your dream is also very well cared for. So even if you feel a little timid and you feel a little bit insecure, maybe you don't feel safe stepping into that new path, know that you are held. You are held, and you're not doing this alone. Look at all of the hands. You know, look at all of the hands here. You're not doing this alone. And, you know, we live in a world of free will. So call in that help. Call in the help that you need. Let's take a look at the Daughter of Phoenix, because honestly, this is the first time that I've pulled this card. So let's see what it says. When the soul is ready to spread its wings, it goes through a deep cleansing, purification, and preparation for new levels of spiritual wisdom, power, and light. Just like the phoenix that is baptized through celestial fire to be born anew, you are going through such a phase of heavenly purification, preparation, and initiation. This is an advanced phase of soul growth, and soon after, you will enjoy greater spiritual peace, divine power, and advancement on your divine life path. Kuan Yin, Daughter of the Phoenix, has been through fire, both physical and heavenly, and has ascended into a position of spiritual peace, power, and authority. She guides you now to claim your rebirth and to ascend. So, you've been going through a purification, a release, and maybe there were times when it didn't feel good or you felt unsure, but there's a message coming through. You were held, you were taken care of. And this transformation that you're going through, this purification, is necessary for, you know, for the dreams that you are calling into being. You know, you're important for this particular transformation that's going on in the world at this particular time. So one of the prayers you can say in connection with this card is, Divine Daughter of the Phoenix, Mistress of Heavenly Fire, Kuan Yin, Your light of peace and grace sustains me through the trials of my growth. May I be lifted by your luminous beauty into peace. May I feel rapture and excitement rather than fear and doubt as I grow. May I learn to release old pain without getting caught up in stories or history. May I have compassion for my own suffering as I release it with peace and love. May I live according to my truths, applying my own spiritual wisdom in all parts of my life with courage and faith. Om Mani Padme Hum. And Om Mani Padme Hum is Sanskrit, and it means the jewel is in the lotus. It's like recognizing that you're a soul, that God lives within you. So you're going through a transformational period, and it may feel like a dark night of the soul. It may feel difficult, but just believe and trust in happiness. And if you come into an energy of gratitude, then doors can open and joy can follow. And sometimes we can feel like, that doesn't work for me, or I have been showing gratitude and it's just not working. The thing is, we're all subject to the universal laws of how this world works. And the truth is just that with gratitude and with appreciation, we tend to open up more doors more quickly, which to me is kind of beautiful. It's actually beautiful that joy and happiness are more powerful than fear and disappointment or concern, So trust that this is not happening to you. This is happening for you. Yes, look at this. A healing is happening. And you know this, right? You know this. This is also upping your gift of claircognizance. It's strengthening your communication with the divine. It's strengthening your sensitivity, strengthening your ability. And this says to me, I'm sorry, my nose is itching. I don't know if that's relevant for someone, but it just started itching with this pile. But your sensitivity is increasing, your knowing is increasing, your healing is increasing. So it's going to be important for you to set your intention, have a clear vision, hold your vision. And if you don't know what it is, you've got to have a clear intention for what it is that you're creating, and keep that in front of you, because as you heal, you're opening doors to allow, what it is that you want to experience to come through. So for Mother of Mercy, I pulled Balance and Essence. Okay. Look at this at the bottom, Celebration, Balance and Essence. So let's take a look at Mother of Mercy. It's interesting because with this pile, I'm pulling cards that, although I use this deck privately quite often, I don't actually pull. Just like a sun that shines brightly, casting a strong shadow, your growing spiritual power needs to be expressed with the awareness that it will have an effect on others, even if you are not completely conscious of that effect. To create peace in the expression of your power, we call upon Mother of Mercy. Mercy tempers great strength and power with kindness, gentleness, compassion, and caring. The divine Kuan Yin brings the quality of mercy to you now as a divine gift, encouraging you to cultivate mercy in your dealings with others and to receive it for yourself now too. So with this Balance and Essence, I feel like you're quite powerful and maybe you're not aware of it. And so there are two messages here. I feel like for part of the collective, it's going to be about, you don't need to knock down the door when you walk into a room in order to get attention. You may not be aware of just how powerful your energy is. So while you may feel like you need to make a great fuss or, make a lot of noise, the cards are basically saying, you've got incredible power, and that's not necessary. You've got presence, and you can use that, you can use that. And the other thing, I feel like some of you are going to be on the other side of the spectrum where you might not be aware of your personal power, and you're kind of in a space that has to do with smallness, or maybe not even following through on your projects or the things that are important to you. Or perhaps you're someone who starts a lot of things and doesn't necessarily finish a lot of things. But what this saying is, be confident. Be confident that what you're meant to experience, whether that be love and romance, whether it be in the space of career, whatever it is that you're wanting to experience, you know, it's a part of who you are, and it wants you just as badly as you want it. And so allow yourself to really be balanced in the way that you communicate. You communicate with others, because that's having an effect on what you're creating. So if you're someone who's constantly talked over, you may need to be more aware and begin to speak up for yourself and to say, hey, wait a minute, there was something, I would like to finish my thought. I would like to express something. And if you're someone who may be a little more direct and forceful in their communication, there's an indication here that balance would be more helpful to you on your path, and that you've got such an incredible strength and incredible energy that you don't necessarily need to push in order to be heard. So your sensitivity and your knowing, it's increasing, you know, and there's actually a lot of reason to celebrate. Your transformation is a cause for celebration, because what you're passionate about is coming in, you know, and it's important for you to nurture that, and even to nurture community. Okay. The change you seek is coming. Okay. Oh, look at that. Be confident. Be confident. The change you seek is coming. You're building a strong foundation right now. So just be patient. And patient doesn't mean that you sit around and just wait for it all to happen. Patience means that you're out, you're living, you're enjoying your life. And as you live, as you enjoy, as you, you know, live your life purpose and soul mission, what it is that's meant for you will flow to you. So pile number 2, that is your reading. Thank you so much. I hope this was helpful. Like and subscribe. And if there's any type of reading that you really want to hear or experience, then feel free to put it in the comments below. Give me your feedback. I'm so grateful to you. And I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. I'm so happy you're here. So we're going to take a look at what message of encouragement is coming from your guides and your higher self. You have one flower petal card here, and then we're going to also pull some messages from Kuan and clarify those messages. Oh, wow. There's a lot of cards coming out this time. Turquoise Lotus Mother. So I feel like there's a message of speaking here, speaking up, using your voice. Let me see. There's a message of flow and using your voice that will help to bring in this new cycle that's coming in. Yeah. So you're being lifted out of struggle. Always remain true to your intentions. Forget me not. So this is like, hold your vision. Hold your vision. Remain true to your intentions. The dance unveiling, that's it. So hold true to your intentions. There are parts of your journey that you can't quite see yet. You're not meant to see yet, but trust that your path is unfolding. What it is that you seek seeks you as well. Your path is unfolding, but sometimes a cycle needs to end and different things need to fall into place before something can come into the greatest glow and into the most complete fruition. So if you're like, you know, what am I doing wrong? I've got my thoughts are positive. I'm doing everything I possibly can. It's like, don't worry, the dance is unveiling. And there will be greater clarity. You know, what it is that you're seeking, it is, there will be a clearer picture soon. It just requires you to be a little more patient and just to allow the path to kind of unfold. Yeah, you're being divinely supported in the process. Okay. So hold your vision. You're receiving the support that you need. And I feel like, you know, community may strengthen what it is that community may actually be a great strengthener for your solar plexus. So you may consider reaching out to like-minded, like-hearted people. If you've been in isolation, know that that was necessary for a period, but you're coming into a period where allowing yourself to balance isolation with community, and community that feeds you can be important to you. Not just community where you're the one helping others or you're the one doing the teaching, but community that really allows you to feel heard, seen, and supported, okay? So if you're used to being the supporter and the giver, now it's also going to be time for you to allow yourself to receive. Call of the Dancing Crane. I have to cover this card because of the YouTube rules. And Drink from the Emerald Fountain. Okay. Oh my gosh, my nose is itching. I don't know who this message is for. Yeah, so this is saying, the crane is saying that movement could be really beneficial for you. And you may need to move out of situations or even communities that aren't supporting your goals, or if you're not allowing yourself to be supported, it's time to move out of any energies that are really hindering or hurting your creativity. And when I say creativity, a lot of people think it's about writing, it's about painting, it's about things that we in general associate with creativity. But I also mean just your ability to create your own reality. If there's something that's hindering that or kind of causing a stagnation, then you definitely want to be aware of that so that you can release it. You know, if there are old tapes and old stories that keep coming up that are saying this can't work, or it's enough to just, it's okay, I don't have to have my dream, it's enough if I just, letting go of these different stories that may keep you from having like just the truest of what you want to experience. Let's see, Drink from the Emerald Fountain. The divine feminine is encouraging of the awakening empowerment of all living beings. When a sincere seeker is trying to find the way through, there is much help sent. It makes sense to be open to receive it and indeed to step forward and drink from the Emerald Fountain, which is the unconditionally loving heart chakra of Kuan Yin. Allow yourself to be nourished by the power of the love of the Divine Mother flowing to you now. Okay, so your path is unfolding. And there is help here present for you. But I feel like some of you may feel like you're not necessarily being taken seriously, or perhaps you're afraid to take your goal, your dream very seriously. But I feel like you're being strengthened. Look at the grace. Look at the balance and the beauty and the elegance. I feel like there's great opportunity for you here, but it will require you to open your heart. Motivation from the horse. This is like getting organized, trusting. Look at that celebration, trusting. Again, because celebration to me is a kind of trust. Like if you're celebrating before it's present, it's a kind of trust. Curiosity. So this is about, getting moving, speaking, allowing yourself to shine, presence. Yeah, so this is about allowing yourself to receive. At the bottom, opportunity. So this is about getting curious, getting creative, getting out there and living, allowing what belongs to you to flow to you, remaining true to your intention. So instead of feeling like, okay, it has to look like this before I can start, or it has to look this way, instead get out there and try different things. Be curious, be present. So some of you may be struggling with visibility, allowing yourself to be seen even on social media. Gates of Heaven, Sisters of the Sun Rising. Yeah, so you may be opening up and walking into a new opportunity for community, as you let go of what does not positively serve you. you're going to be working on creative projects, creative hobbies that help to really heighten the vibration here on the earth plane. So it's almost like there's just this incredible fertility that's present, and you're here to help humanity, but it's going to require you to get curious, to continue to hold the vision and to move forward, to be present, to be visible. So some of you may be making videos for social media, putting content out there, establishing your expertise, letting people know that you're there and that you're able to help them, getting clear on who it is that you're able to help. Didn't I say it with the throat chakra? Didn't I say it with the throat chakra? Look at the whale showing up with communication. Look at the whale showing up with communication. Some of you are meant to speak and make these videos, get out there. Some of you may have been wanting to start a video similar to this and, read cards for people. So just get out there, try different things, be curious, be present. But people can't reach out to you for support if they don't know you're there. So some of you will be reaching out to your guides and your higher self, asking for support, saying, my guides and my higher self who love me unconditionally, please support me in my creative path, in my communication, in, communicating in relationships, whatever it is, communicating in career, communicating with my children, whatever it is. And you're coming more into using your creativity, coming more into creating that life that you want to live. But it's going to require you to pass through the gate, to let go of the old stories, let go of the disappointment, let go of the feeling that it didn't work in the past. How do I know that it'll work in the future? And to come more into this energy of celebration and curiosity. And for some of you, this curiosity may be dating. It may be not necessarily blatantly dating, but getting out there and networking, not necessarily, eating at your desk. It may be you going to the cafeteria for lunch. I met my partner at work, but it required me to be a bit social. I couldn't just sit at my desk. I had to be present. And I had to actually, in my case, even ask him out. It required a certain level of courage, and to say, I don't want to let this opportunity pass without knowing what would have happened, So some of you will be finding your courage to be curious. So allow yourself to just enjoy your own creativity and to hold on to your vision, remain true to your intentions and not let it get away from you. And I think as you communicate and you share, opportunity will come flying to you. But people need to know that you're there. They need to know that you're present, which may require you to make content for social media, to go to lunch, to be visible, be present. It may require you to finally publish that song on Spotify that you've been playing with, that you've been making. Okay? So get out there. We need your creativity. We need you. And hold on to your dreams. Don't forget your dreams. Let's see if there's another message just to encourage you and motivate you to get out there and to be creative. The sun shines brighter when you are here. What pleases us most shapes us. So for those of you who feel like your presence doesn't matter, just know the sun shines brighter when you are here. We need you. We need you. And it may be that was never really properly communicated to you, that you are a necessary part of this evolution. But we need you. And what pleases us most shapes us. So give yourself permission to follow your heart, to follow what it is that's, as Bashar would say, is your highest excitement. And as you follow your highest excitement, you'll see that doors begin to open. But the first step is often just embracing, loving, and appreciating you for who you are, for how you are at this moment. Because whatever it is, it's all information that's helping you to learn, to grow, and to step more into your power. And we are blessed by the fact that you are there and by your evolution. So thank you, pile number 3, for allowing me to be a part of your journey. I hope you will continue to allow me to be a part of it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. I'm sending so much love.